What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for tuning in to what's going to be a review of the new Natasha Denona Chromium Liquid Shadows. I bought all 5 shades because 1, I love a good liquid shadow, and 2, I can't resist a good multi-chrome, and these are both, but I was hesitant because my experience with her, what were they called? Her previous liquid shadows. I have a review of those, and then I also have a video talking about decluttering some fails, and they were in there because they weren't that good. So I was a little nervous because it's Natasha Denona, it's a luxury price tag, but all things considered, I had to take the risk. So here we are, let's talk about it. Okay, so there are 5 new shades in this collection. Each one of them is 28 bucks, and you get 0.02 ounces for that. And I mention that because I'm about to compare them later on in the video to the Dominique Cosmetics Beautiful Mess liquid eyeshadows, which also recently came out and I did a review of. In case you're curious, you can click the I here, but I will talk specifically about the comparison of 2 multi-chrome shades from that collection as well. These come in a tiny square-shaped tube that has a doe foot applicator, a paddle-shaped doe foot applicator, which I find is actually pretty great at picking out the right amount of product to apply to the lid. Like it's overall a very good applicator to just go in directly to apply the product with. Let's talk about the shades for a minute before we get into application and review. So first up is Scarab. This is described as a green gold blue. Then there is Dogbane, which is a warm red / golden bronze / greenish gold. Up next, there is Infra Nude, which is described as a nude / burgundy / greenish gold. Then there is Dragonfly, which is described as a fuchsia / bronze / greenish gold. And then last up, in the shade that I'm wearing on my eyes today, is Ultraviolet, which is a violet / gold / green. So like I said earlier, when it comes to application, I feel like the doe foot applicator is perfect for getting a good amount of coverage across the lid. Like it picks up enough product to evenly lay it down. But the other part of working with this is the formula. It is so much better than the previous Natasha Denona liquid eyeshadow formula. With that, it was thin and flaky, and the more that I layered it up, the flakier it got as it dried down. It was a disaster on my eyes. This is a totally different formula. It applies smoothly, it applies opaquely, so you can see as I go in with the doe foot, I just swipe it a couple times across my lid. I more often than not use the doe foot to blend it on my lid. I might take a brush to just lightly buff it out throughout my crease, depending on how I'm applying it that day, and then you're good to go. There's no streakiness, it's full opacity with just a little bit of product. You get an intense metallic sort of look to it in addition to that multi-chromatic color effect without needing to layer it up too much, and when it dries down, it doesn't look like there's this hard sheet of product laying across your eyes. It looks just like you're wearing, just a multi-chromatic, almost a powder shadow. Like it dries down to a powder finish. It's not stiff or uncomfortable or flaky or anything like that. So this is such an improvement. The wear is also great throughout the day, which you probably could have inferred from what I was just talking about, but just in case, in no uncertain terms, this wears really well throughout the day. There's no fallout, it doesn't flake away, it doesn't fade. It's actually even transfer proof. I mean, nothing. I'm like swiping my eye and there is like nothing there. You don't even get, any sort of glitter top shadow or overspray that kind of comes off, ruining the appearance. Overall, I think this is a massive win for Natasha Denona. Again, a much better liquid shadow formula than before, but also there's a good variety in the shades available. Some of them look like there's some overlap, like there's a common denominator of lots of greens, lots of blues, but overall there is a range of effects and intensities. Like you have Infra Nude, which is a little bit more subtle. You still get that shifty effect, but it certainly looks a little bit less intense, less colorful than Scarab, say. So there's a little bit of something for everyone here, or if you are just a multi-chrome fanatic, there's a lot here for you. I would find it hard to pick. In terms of how they compare to the Dominique Cosmetics, there is no one shade that is super similar. For one, the Dominique Cosmetics shade Pretty Wild is far more orange and yellow and gold than anything you will find in the Natasha Denona collection. Electric Soul from Dominique Cosmetics, just in the tube, looks like it could have a twin in the Natasha Denona Chromium collection, but it doesn't really. Electric Soul is so much more blue, green, light lavender sort of shift. There's really not a light lavender in the Natasha Denona collection. And it also, Electric Soul lacks a lot of the gold and gold green that Natasha Denona uses in her shade. So really no shade comparison between the two, which is a shame because like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, you get over more than double the product in Dominique Cosmetics liquid shadows for about, well, exactly $8 less than the Natasha Denona. So the Dominique Cosmetics are a great deal, but you know, there's really no shade overlap here, and the formula is a little bit different as well. The Dominique Cosmetics are quite a bit more sheer. I feel like you'll be able to see that in the consistency of the swatches. It's just a thinner formula, whereas the Natasha Denona really comes straight out of the tube as a thicker cream that you can blend out more easily, whereas the Dominique Cosmetics, you really have to layer up. Both are nice formulas, although, like I said, the Natasha Denona tend to be more long-lasting, especially as far as the effects to the shades go, but really, they'll last you throughout, unless you're, you know, rubbing your eyes or something like that throughout the day. They're both going to last you just as long, I think. So those are my thoughts on the Natasha Denona Chromium Liquid Shadow Collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful because, unfortunately, I don't know why she did this. They're limited editions, so if you want them, get them before they're gone. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they aren't, you know, she brings them back permanently for the holidays or something. I don't know. It could happen. Wilder things have happened here in the beauty community, but they're really nice, so grab them while you can, just in case. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.